Hey guys, it is Chris back here again with another episode of MTGA Best of 3. And I will be playing an Elves deck against whatever Bujan Taishan is going to play. We cannot keep that opening hand. This is a hand we shouldn't keep either, but we're gonna, because it's the lesser of two evils. So I thought I tried recording this before, literally a few seconds ago. I didn't hit the record button. That was a problem. We're gonna get in some janky Llanowar beats here. Oh. Janky no more. We have a curve. Very proud of these elves. Coward. Didn't even swing in. So we're going to try to elf ball as hard as we can. If we see white in a matchup, well, this is the only matchup we're going to play. But if we had seen white in our matchup, probably would have just lost. Because Wrath of God, Day of Judgment, Doomscarm, they're all very good Wrath, and they're all in the format. Our opponent is thinking over their options. Unfortunately for them, many of their options are bad. So we're just going to try to defend a Tyvar Kel. Seems like a plan to me. Guess we could also just... Let's... see if this gets us anywhere. Okay. Easier than I expected. You didn't see this sideboard. I need to put overgrown tombs in this deck. But we won our game 1. That's a good sign. Probably we'll have to do a game... I'll keep this. Clan Caller to the bottom. It's a good lord, but... we're not here for lords. We're here for Tyvar Kel. We're actually here for Crater Hoof, but we can lie and say we're here for Tyvar Kel. Good old Tyvar Kel. The poor man's Nissa. Kind of doubles your mana the same way. Just going off. I hope our opponent doesn't have Anger the Gods. Goldspan Dragon. You're gonna pay for that, friend. And we won. They paid for their greedy gold span hit. That was a very short episode. But that's okay. Well, guys, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Remember, if you liked the video, to leave a like. A little too short. I'll take a moment to let you look at the deck, talk to you about some of the thoughts behind it. So we have our 4 Llanowar Elves, probably the best mana dork there is, at least in Historic. Paradise Druids, probably second best mana dork. Hexproof is really nice against early removal. Dodge is Fatal Push, dodge is Bloodchief Thirst, all really good. Elvish Clan Caller, a lord that can end out the game pretty quickly. Elvish War Leader, War Master, not entirely sold on the card. It's really, really powerful. Don't get me wrong. It is really powerful for what it does. It's just the fact that it only triggers once per turn, and that the Anthem is 7. It's a little... I mean, if I'm already going up to 7 mana, I'd rather just have another Crater Hoof to do the job. I mean, I know he helps make bodies to make Crater Hoof better, which is part of the reason why he's in the deck, but I don't know, I think I like Lis-An Huntsmaster better, but I played with it back on Magic Duels, and back then, absolute powerhouse in the elf deck. Whenever you cast an elf, you get a 1/1 elf. Unlike the effect you find on his 2 mana counterpart, this will trigger for every elf you cast. So, if you cast a Llanowar, an Allosaurus Shepherd, and a Clan Caller, you get 3 additional bodies, which is really, really nice. Really powers up our Elvish Archdruid and our Morrowind. Splits on Elvish Archdruid and Morrowind are probably wrong. Because you should probably always just run more Archdruids. He's a lord in addition to his effect, and he counts the number of elves you control. There are benefits and downsides to both. Like Elvish Archdruid, if you play it, you get like Wrath, Anger of the Gods, where it does 3 damage to each creature. And he's on the board, he'll die. And then any creature that has 4 toughness at the time will also die, because the Lord effect will go away. Whereas if you've been building up with a Morrowind on board, and you get Anger to the Gods, you'll still have a 6/7, a 6/6, or a 7/7 left over. That's part of the reason why I still like her in the deck, even though she's probably too antiquated to be like the real powerhouse behind the deck. Elvish Visionary is just a really nice card. This deck, Llanowar Visionary, back in some of the early builds, back before we had all of these nice pieces, the deck ran Elvish Visionary, which is just 2 mana, 1/1, draw the card when it enters. Elvish Visionary is so much better, because even though it costs you 1 more mana, you also get the Llanowar Elf's ability of adding 1 green mana, which makes it cantrip itself and be a mana dork, which is really nice. Fierce Empath, it exists solely to fetch up Crater Hoof Behemoth. It does that in the Legacy decks too, so nothing really there that's too special. Tyvarkel, he's deceptively powerful. Like, he can let you crank out a Crater Hoof really quickly, and then he can untap something to make your Crater Hoof swings more lethal, which is really nice. Beast Whisper, just really good card draw. Green probably has better card draw these days, but he's an elf, and he draws the card whenever he casts an elf. If our creatures were a little bit bigger, he could be replaced by Great Hinges, but without a reliable way to get the Great Hinge under or equal to 4 mana, he just tends to be a little bit better in the deck. And that's really all the thoughts I have on it. You might have seen this hasty sideboard I threw together. It has some black cards in it. That's because Tyvar Kel technically allows you to create black mana. So when I was looking at the deck, I thought, this is a green-black deck. But it's not a green-black deck. It's a green deck. So these ones really shouldn't be here. Herald Unites the Elf is really cool, and I would consider putting in Overgrown Tombs to support it. Underground Lynch just got put in because he's a really resilient creature that not a lot of people play that much. Card advantage, and it can go indestructible on you. Help you seal out the game when you're really digging for your Crater Hoof or a Fierce Impasse to find your Crater Hoof. So, that's my thoughts on the decks. I'd like to thank you all again for watching. And again, if you're new to the channel, remember to leave a like and subscribe. And I will see you in the next episode.